Whenever we see cars flying through the air on the movie screen, we say, that's rad or cool. In the law and real life, we have another word, reckless. Welcome back to Law Dogs. I'm your host, Jeff Henley, and with me as always is my girl, Annabelle. Now today we're going to talk about the third culpable mental state in the Model Penal Code, recklessness. Now with the Model Penal Code, we have already looked at intentional and knowingly. Recklessness is the third mental state below those two. Recklessness. A person acts recklessly if he is aware of a substantial risk that a certain result will occur as a result of his actions. The risk must be substantial enough that the action represents a gross deviation from what a reasonable, law-abiding person would do. Now that's a mouthful, Law Dogs. So what is it that we're talking about when it comes to recklessness? There has to be a substantial awareness that the actor knows what's going on, right? We're talking about this person knows as Bo and Luke are flying through the air in the car that, hey, we shouldn't be doing this. And the second component is you have this awareness of a substantial risk. You're engaging in behavior that has a high probability of some really bad happening, right? Stuff blowing up, people get killed, people falling over because you're playing with fire, you're playing with speed, you're playing with guns. Recklessness. There's no magic number to recklessness. It's a continuum. It's a sliding scale. It's the things that we look at, the context. How much, how dangerous, what are the circumstances that are surrounding the conduct? What is it that the person is doing that's creating a substantial risk? Let's consider some more examples. Growing up, my mom had a very simple rule in the house. Don't throw balls inside. The rule was particularly important in the dining room, where she had a lot of porcelain china and expensive stuff that could break easily. Mom wasn't dumb. She knew what could happen when you let a bull in the china shop. Now, lots of bad things can happen when you throw an object, right? Someone could have a bad throw. Someone could miss a catch. Someone could still make a catch, but have bad consequences that follow. There are considerable risks, but in order for there to be recklessness, the behavior in question must be a gross deviation from what a reasonably prudent person would do at the time. Now, when we say gross, we're not talking about Valley Girl gross, as in ew, but as in big time, absolute, or what basketball players and fans always see as flagrant.
Morris shoved somebody as well. Valanciunas getting in the way.
Deviation means departing from any norm, custom, or social convention, as in sexually deviant. By gross deviation, we mean that someone consciously did not follow a reasonable standard of conduct under the circumstances. Now, there are a number of reckless offenses. Manslaughter is the most common. When we're talking about recklessness, we're talking about those criminal offenses where someone is taking an inexplicable, unjustifiable risk with the lives of others. It doesn't necessarily have to result in harm, but the risks are there, and they are substantial. I'm Jeff Henley, and this has been Law Dogs. We'll see you again. Until then, you stay out of trouble or the Law Dogs will get you.
Fighting the system like a true modern-day Robin Hood.